What's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today the Houston Astros lose to the New York Mets 8-2 in spring training. And gonna be fully honest when I say this, the only reason I'm talking about this game right now is because I have another chance to talk about the amazing stuff we've seen from Cam Smith this spring. I look at what happened with Jose Altuve today. If you saw the error he made, again. To another drop ball for Jose Altuve. Another thing that disappoints me with this Astros team is how bad Ronel Blanco has been pitching wise so far this spring, and I just don't want to go over those things. Those are real negative things with this team right now. I'm worried about Jose Altuve playing in left field. Look, I'm really positive when it comes to guys like Spencer Arrighetti and Hunter Brown this year in this pitching rotation. I'm really excited about the years they're going to have. I'm also really excited for the year Framber Valdez might have, and I'm also excited the Astros rotation might potentially be getting back Lance McCullers Jr. and Luis Garcia this year. I think they'll definitely get Luis Garcia back. I know we saw Lance actually pitch yesterday, but I'm not going to say anything with Lance until we actually see him back on the mound for a start. Or a game in the major leagues. And so, I'm happy about the way this pitching rotation is going to be this year, but Ronel Blanco was such a bright spot for this Astros team last year. When they got to such a terrible start to start off the season, he was one of the bright parts of the Astros. Besides Kyle Tucker, he was one of the bright spots of the Astros beginning of the season. And it's disappointing how bad he's been this spring, and I hope he can, I hope he can get it together before, the season starts. He's not going to face this Mets team in the opening series because right now it's looking like the 1, 2, 3 in this pitching rotation is Framber, Hunter Brown, and Spencer Arrighetti, and then the Mets and the Astros in their opening series don't play 4 games. It's rare. Opening day, opening series, usually it's 4-game series, but Astros only play Thursday, Friday, and Saturday against the Mets, then have Sunday off, then open up a 3-game series against the San Francisco Giants. And that's when you should see Ronel Blanco make his first start. And then I'm sure the second game of that series would be Hayden Wiesenski probably starting. But so you won't see Ronel Blanco actually pitch against this Mets team when the Astros face them in about a week or so, a little bit over a week, 10 days. Tomorrow's a week away until the Astros play the Mets for opening day, but then you got Saturday and Friday, those games as well. But yeah, 8-2's final score. 12 hits for the Mets, 6 for the Astros, 2 errors for both teams. Win goes to Peterson. He's 2-1 now in spring training. Pitched 5 innings today, gave 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Loss goes to Ronel Blanco. He's 1-2 so far, 3 2/3, 4 hits, given up, 3 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. His ERA this spring so far is 8.2 something, I think. And then the scoring summary was mainly the Mets. Like I said, really the only reason I'm talking about this game today is because of what Cam Smith did today, and I really wanted to talk about him. But there was a wild pitch that scored a run in the 3rd inning. Then Jose Altuve let a run score when he had an error, dropping the ball that scored Brett Beatty in 2-0. Then Brett Beatty in the 4th inning hits an RBI triple to right, it's 3-0. Then Brandon Nimmo hits a RBI double to left in the 5th inning, it's 4-0. Then Pete Alonso crushes one for a 3-run shot to score Taylor and Soto, and it's 7-0. And then Vientos hits an RBI single to center. Canario scored, and it's 8-0. And then Cam Smith, here we go, 8th inning home run to left center. Cooper Hummel scored. It's 8-2. Look, I keep saying this with Cam Smith. If the Astros opened up the series against anybody else, let's just say the Astros didn't open up the season against the New York Mets. Let's just say the Astros opening series was the Oakland Athletics and it wasn't the New York Mets, and the Astros didn't face the Mets until May or June. I wouldn't be as high on Cam Smith making his major league debut with the Astros opening day as 22 years old, not even playing in AAA. And here's why. Cam Smith has been an absolute Mets killer. This was his 4th home run this spring. All 4 of his home runs are against the New York Mets. He had a RBI. I think it was a bases clearing RBI triple, 3 RBI triple a couple weeks ago. That was against the Mets. All of his home runs are against the Mets. Most of his RBIs are against the Mets. Sure, he's done other damage against other teams, but the big damage he's done has been against the New York Mets. The Astros play the New York Mets for the first 3 games of the season. That's a bigger reason why Cam Smith needs to be on this roster. And look, I know for some of these at bats, he's facing worse hitters, but look, if you look at it, I mean, I think his RBI triple was earlier in the game, and there's been a lot of other hits that he's had, where he's pitching against, like for instance, he went up against Kevin Gossman and had success against Kevin Gossman. This guy that's had Cy Young votes before, so he's looked incredible and much better than Chas McCormick, so he needs to be on this roster if you ask me. But all right, let's get into the Astros batter today. Altuve went 0 for 2 today, walked in the 3rd inning. Ben Gamel went 0 for 2 replacing him. Isaac Paredes had a walk in the 5th. Zach Short replaced him, went 0 for 2. Jordan went 0 for 3 today. He continues to struggle in spring. Hopefully that doesn't continue into the regular season. It did last year. Cooper Hummel today replaced Jordan Alvarez and had a walk in the 8th and was able to score off of Cam Smith's home run. Yander Diaz went 1 for 3 today with a single to left in the 6th inning. Cam Smith went 2 for 4 today, a single to right in the 4th inning. For instance, that's going up against Peterson, a good starting pitcher who has a 0.57 ERA this spring training. So he's put up damage against good pitchers and pitchers that are not so good. Jeremy Pena went 1 for 3 today, infield single in the 4th inning. He's batting over 400. So 3 of the 6 Astros hits today came from 2 of the hottest guys on the team this spring with Pena and Cam Smith. John Singleton went 1 for 3 today. He had an infield single. He's been better the last couple games. Still don't trust him very much to be on this roster. Price replaced him, went 0 for 1. Brendan Rodgers went 0 for 3. And that was it for him. But he had all flyouts. He was making some contact with the ball. Bastadas replaced him, went 1 for 1 with the infield single. A bunch of infield singles today for the Astros. Chas McCormick went 0 for 1 with a walk in the 3rd inning. That's his 11th walk of spring and was safe at first on fielding error by right fielders Juan Soto. And so reached base twice today. But still batting 143 this spring. Outside of Blanco, with the pitching, Perez replaced Blanco in the 4th inning and got the out easily. Rafael Montero would end up pitching the 5th inning and the first 2 outs of the 6th inning and looked terrible for the Astros. You have 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Here's the good thing for the Astros. Another good thing for the Astros is that they had Steven Okert, who's looked amazing this spring, pitch in the 7th inning for this Astros team, and he gave 1 hit, no walks, no runs, no strikeouts, but he hasn't given up a run this spring yet, and I think he's looked amazing. He's going to probably be on this roster. Bennett Sowosa would end up pitching the 8th and 9th inning for the Astros, and he get 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. His ERA so far is 8.22 in spring. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros losing 8-2 in spring. The only really positive thing I can find out of this game is Cam Smith continuing to kill it for the Astros. Also, maybe Steven Okert continuing to, look really good and looking like a guy that's going to be on this Astros pitching squad next year, this year. And Yander Diaz getting a little hot. Jeremy Pena, finding his bat. But outside of that, I can't find a lot of positives of this game because Ronel Blanco looks terrible. Jose Altuve in left field looks terrible, and I think it's starting to impact him as a batter as well. Jordan Alvarez is really cold right now, and look, it's not like that's the end of the world. It's not like that means those guys are going to have terrible seasons, but you just don't want that to carry over the regular season. I don't want the Astros to get off to another terrible start. That's been a big problem for the Astros in the last 2-3 seasons is getting off to bad starts, and I'm afraid that's going to happen again because the schedule is a little bit hard to start off the year for this Houston Astros team. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section, and peace out, go Astros.